Okay, I want you to try something with me. If you're in a safe place to do so, maybe close your eyes for a second. If you're driving, just keep them soft.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to mentally walk into your bedroom and don't just picture it vaguely, really be there. Look at the walls. What is that specific shade you chose? Now, look at your bedspread, the rug under your feet.
It's a very intimate space, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We usually think we make these choices just because they, well, look nice.
Or they were on sale.
Exactly. We treat it like it's just decoration.
Right. We tell ourselves, oh, I picked beige because it goes with everything. Or I picked navy blue because it hides the dirt. But okay, open your eyes now. Look at your phone background. Think about that one shirt in your closet, your power outfit.
When you put on for a difficult conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
That shirt isn't just fabric, it's armor.
And that wall color isn't just pigment.
Exactly. So today, we are going to completely flip the script on how we see the world around us. We are taking a deep dive into this idea that color is. It's not just visual wallpaper, it's a language.
A biological signal. And maybe most beautifully, a mirror to your own psyche.
And we are not talking about like horoscopes or aura readings here.
Not at all. We're talking about biology. We're talking about actual wavelengths of light entering your retina, traveling to your hypothalamus, and pulling levers in your endocrine system.
See, that is the part that just stopped me in my tracks. The idea that a color can reach inside my body and literally change my heart rate.
It absolutely can. Light is energy. So when you look at a color, you aren't just seeing it, you're interacting with it. It triggers hormones. It can shift your mood.
So the premise of our conversation today is what then? That the colors we surround ourselves with, they're not random.
They are not random. They are a prescription you are writing for
They're
yourself.
a prescription.
Yes. Your subconscious is smart. It knows what you're lacking. If you feel exhausted, you might crave a color that stimulates you. If your life is chaotic, you'll probably crave one that imposes order. Your favorite color is actually a kind of signal.
A distress signal or a comfort signal.
Exactly. Revealing what your inner self needs right now.
That is a massive idea. So our mission today is to decode that signal. We're going to walk through the spectrum from the high voltage drivers to the quiet sanctuaries and help you figure out what your own instincts might be trying to tell you.
Shall we start at the top? The high energy end.
We have to. We have to start with the color of blood in sports cars and stop signs. Red.
The pulse. That's really the best way to think about it. It is the longest wavelength in the visible spectrum, so it has the most physical impact on your body.
When you say physical impact, you mean it literally, what, revs the engine?
Literally. Studies have shown that just staring at red can increase your heart rate, it can dilate your blood vessels and stimulate your adrenal cortex. It's a biological stimulant.
The visual equivalent of a double espresso.
That's a perfect way to put it.
So if I'm someone who loves red, I paint my front door red, I drive a red car, what does that say about my internal landscape? Because the stereotype is just that I'm angry or aggressive.
And that's the surface level read. But let's go deeper. Yes, red is the color of passion, of spontaneity. But a craving for red usually signifies a craving for impact.
Agency.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Agency. You're prioritizing action over contemplation.
Yeah.
But, and here's the nuance, it often appears when someone feels a loss of control.
Wait, that feels counterintuitive. I would think red is for the person who already has control.
Not always. Think about it. If you feel sluggish, or if you feel like life is just happening to you, your brain might scream for red. It's trying to borrow that external energy to jumpstart your own internal engine.
So you're putting on the red sweater because you need to borrow its bravery.
Precisely. It's fuel.
Okay, let's slide down the spectrum to orange. Now, I have to be honest, orange is one I really struggle with. It just feels loud.
You're not alone. It's often one of the least favorite colors for adults, but for those who love it, they are the radiators.
Radiators. I like that image.
Think of a campfire. Orange is the social connector. It has the energy of red, but without the aggression. It's warm, it's inviting, it's gut level.
It feels like a loud, happy dinner party where everyone's talking over each other.
That is the perfect visualization. But, every light casts a shadow, and the shadow of orange is fascinating. Because these personalities thrive on connection, they are incredibly prone to burnout.
The fire runs out of wood.
Exactly.
Right.
If you identify with orange, or you're drawn to it right now, you might be craving community. But the danger is you're giving away all your warmth to everyone else.
So if you love orange, your prescription isn't go to another party. It might be learn to be alone.
Is solitude. That's the medicine. You have to learn that your internal fire doesn't go out just because no one is watching it burn.
Let's move to yellow, the color of sunshine, smiley faces, and anxiety.
It's a fine line. Yellow is the most visible color to the human eye. That's the first thing we notice. That's why we use it for caution tape in taxi cabs.
It demands attention.
And it creates a dopamine hit. It stimulates the brain's curiosity center. Yellow is the color of the futurist. It's all about optimism, ideas, what's next.
But there's a vibration to yellow that can get uncomfortable.
And that is the shadow side. High energy needs a channel. If you have all that yellow stimulation, that mental buzzing, but you don't have a focal point, it turns into anxiety, into restlessness.
It's the difference between excitement and panic. Physiologically, they feel almost the same.
Correct. So if you're drawn to yellow, you're likely in a phase of high mental activity. But you have to ask yourself, am I excited about the future or just terrified of sitting still in the present?
Am I running towards something or just running from something?
Exactly. Okay, let's take a breath. We are leaving the drivers, those high-energy warm colors, and we're crossing a border into the sanctuary.
I can feel the temperature in the room dropping already. We're talking about green.
Green, the great equalizer.
Why do we call it the equalizer? Is it just because of nature?
It's actually biological.
Yeah.
Green sits right in the center of the visible spectrum, so the lens in your eye has to adjust to focus on red, which is a long wavelength, or blue, which is short, but green.
What about green?
Green hits the retina exactly where it needs to. The eye requires zero adjustment to see it.
So looking at a forest is literally, physically, a rest for your eyes.
It is a physiological holiday. That's why we feel that immediate exhale when we step into a park.
I feel like a lot of people have been obsessed with sage green and forest green lately. My whole social media feed is covered in it.
And that makes perfect sense given the state of the world. We are so overstimulated. A preference for green is a kind of return to self. It suggests you're recovering from some kind of emotional disruption.
It's the color of healing.
It is. If you're surrounding yourself with green, you're subconsciously building a sanctuary where you can just be. No performance, no adrenaline, just existence.
And then we have the world's favorite color, blue.
The safe harbor.
Why do we love it so much? Is it just the sky and the sea?
It's the consistency of the sky and the sea. If red is the gas pedal, blue is the brake. It triggers the parasympathetic nervous system. It slows the heart rate, lowers blood pressure. It signals trust.
Which explains why every bank and insurance company uses a blue logo. Trust us.
Exactly. But on a personal level, loving blue speaks to a really deep need for emotional safety. And I want to be clear, this isn't about being boring or playing it safe.
Right, because feeling blue has that negative connotation.
Forget that. Think of it like a foundation. You can't build a skyscraper on quicksand. The person who loves blue is prioritizing a solid foundation. They're introverted, thoughtful. They need to know the rules of engagement before they open up.
I love that idea that blue is a prerequisite for growth. You have to feel safe before you can take a risk.
Precisely. If you're wrapping yourself in blue, you're telling the world, I need stability right now. Please do not rock the boat.
Now there's a color that sits right in that crack between green and blue. Turquoise. It feels distinct to me. It feels like a vacation.
It is distinct. We call turquoise the deep breath.
The deep breath.
It combines the balance of green with the calm of blue. But it has this uplifting quality. It specifically relates to emotional immunity, immunity to chaos.
Wow. Immunity to chaos.
So if you find yourself drawn to turquoise, you're likely feeling overwhelmed, like the walls are closing in. Turquoise is the color of spaciousness. It's the desire to create a bubble where the world can't touch you.
It's the out-of-office auto-reply of colors.
Yes, ideally, it's a craving for a moment where you don't have to be in charge of anything.
Okay, we've done the drivers and the sanctuary. I want to go inward now. These next colors feel more complex. Heavier, but in a good way. Let's talk about purple.
Purple is fascinating because it almost shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
It's a fusion of the two most opposite ends of the spectrum. Hot, physical red, and cool, mental blue.
It's a paradox.
It is. It's the tension between the body and the mind. And that's why it's always been associated with magic, royalty, spirituality. It's a bridge between the physical and the mental world.
The dreamer.
Yes. People who love purple are rarely satisfied with the surface level of life. They are seekers, they're intuitive, but the insight here is that they often live in a reality of their own construction.
They're building a world inside their heads because the one outside isn't quite cutting it.
Exactly. It's the color of the artist and the visionary, but it can also be the color of the escape artist.
And then we have pink. I feel like we need to do some PR work for pink. It always gets dismissed as just cute.
Which is a tragedy. because pink is so powerful. There was a famous study in correctional facilities where they painted holding cells a specific shade of bubblegum pink, and within minutes, physical aggression in inmates dropped drastically.
It literally sapped the anger out of them.
It's a physiological tranquilizer. It unknots the muscles.
So loving pink isn't a weakness at all, it's a strategy.
It is a courageous call for gentleness. If you love pink, you are actively rejecting the hardness of the world. You're saying, I choose to be soft. I choose affection. It reflects a deep need to be taken care of and to care for others.
In a cynical world, being soft is actually the hardest thing you can do.
It is the ultimate rebellion.
Let's talk about silver, and not gray silver.
Important distinction. Yes, gray can be the color of non-commitment, the fog. But silver shines. Silver is the mirror.
It feels modern. It feels like technology.
It represents intuition, a higher level of insight. Think about a mirror. It reflects everything without being as affected by it. A person drawn to silver is often looking for clarity. They're trying to navigate a chaotic world with grace.
The cool head in a crisis.
It is. It's the desire to see the truth of things, stripped of all the emotional color.
Okay, we have one final group to cover. The boundaries. The neutrals. White, black, and brown. These seem less about emotion and more about structure.
They're the scaffolding of the self. Let's start with white.
The clean slate.
The tabula rasa, yes. White is the ultimate symbol of a new beginning. But psychologically, it's often linked to perfectionism.
Oh, I feel that. When I'm stressed, my first impulse is to just throw everything away and paint the walls white.
That's the impulse. It's a desire to declutter the psyche. If you're drawn to white, you're likely in a phase of transition. You are clearing the decks, you want nothing to hide, but you also want nothing to distract you.
And then on the complete opposite end, we have black. Now, I went through a phase, I think we all did as teens, where I only wore black. My family thought I was depressed. Was I?
Not necessarily. We really need to stop equating black with sadness. In the language of the psyche, black is the shield. It is the color of power, of mystery, and of boundaries.
Boundaries, that's the key word.
It creates a barrier between you and the world. When you wear black, you're saying, I am observing you, but you do not get to see all of me.
It's privacy.
It's self-protection. If you love black, you're likely in a phase where you're guarding your energy, you're building a fortress around your emotions. It's not about emptiness, it's about holding your power in reserve.
That feels incredibly empowering. It's not hiding, it's protecting the asset.
Exactly. And finally, the underdog of the spectrum.
Brown.
Brown gets such a bad rap, it's just seen as dull, which is so unfair. Brown is the earth. It's wood, soil, stone. It represents the deepest, most primal need for stability.
It's a grounding.
We often see a surge in popularity for browns and terracottas during times of great uncertainty. When the world feels digital and fake and fleeting, the soul craves something that feels real, something solid.
The desire to feel your feet on the floor.
Give me something that will not move. That is the cry of brown.
This has been such a journey, but I have to ask, what if I used to be a red person and now I'm a blue person? Does that mean my personality has fundamentally changed?
This is maybe the most important takeaway from all of this. We call it the evolution of self. You are not a static image. You're a living, breathing process.
So our favorite color is just a snapshot.
It's a status report. Psychology tells us that we don't see color in isolation. We see it through the lens of our emotional context.
Can you explain that a little more?
Sure. Imagine you loved blue, but then you went through a really painful heartbreak in a blue room. Or you experienced a loss associated with that color. Your brain might start to reject it. It might say that color is pain. And suddenly, you crave orange because you need warmth to heal the coldness of that memory.
So if I'm shifting from red to black, I'm not losing myself. I'm just moving into a different season of my life.
You're moving from the season of action to the season of reflection. And that is not a regression, it's a progression. You're listening to what you need now.
That makes me look at my own choices with so much more compassion. It's not some random aesthetic preference. It's me taking care of me.
Exactly.
So how do we apply this? We've analyzed the heart rate of red, the safety of blue, the shield of black. What do we do with this tomorrow?
My challenge to you is simple. Stop sleepwalking through your choices.
Pay attention to the grab.
Yes. The next time you reach for that specific mug or you feel an urge to buy that throw pillow, just pause.
Yeah.
Freeze the frame and ask yourself the question, what is the whisper?
What is the whisper?
What is this color trying to give me that I don't feel I have right now? Is this blue shirt trying to give me calm before a big meeting? Is this yellow notebook trying to force me to be optimistic when I feel down?
It turns a shopping trip into a therapy session.
It turns your entire life into a conversation with your subconscious. And the beautiful thing is, once you hear that whisper, you can actually answer it. You can say, okay, I see that I need rest. I'm going to give myself rest.
You stop fighting the instinct and you start riding the wave.
Precisely. Loving your colors is actually just a way of learning to love and care for your own evolving needs. We spend so much time judging ourselves. I should be more outgoing. I should be tougher. Your color preference cuts right through all the shoulds and tells you the truth.
So trust the instinct.
Trust it. It knows what you need better than your logic does.
That is a beautiful place to leave it. Thank you for taking this deep dive with us. I hope you never look at a paint swatch the same way again.
Go listen to the whispers.
See you next time.